Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights, cameras. Hit me. This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
5-star.
Another general is live in the building.
Hello.
5 stars in the building.
I'm not leaving the seat because I'm live on the camera. I'm here. King Promise. This is going to be a very interesting conversation. Trust me, it's going to be. We've not done this before, unprecedented. So we've gone past our time, but we are going all the way with our man King Promise. He's got so much to talk about as well. He's been around the world. He's back in Ghana. And quite a number of things lined up as well for him. But as Medical said, when Medical came to the studio, we spoke to El Chairman of Medical, Charlie, top, and beyond. Oh, sorry, let me put the mic on here. And beyond control.
Yeah.
So Promise, it's live. We are live.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Mr. Frimpong.
So right now, just for the sake of. We don't know who is sitting before us, whether it is King Promise.
No, it's Promise.
I come office, I do work, so King Promise. I see me for outside, it's Greg.
It's Greg.
Yeah.
Yo, man, Charlie, what's good, bro?
Oh, bless, man.
Yo, it's been a good first quarter of the year for you. Mad.
Yeah, the past year actually has been
good. Where did we start this conversation from, Willie? I don't know. I'm blank. Like I don't know where to throw it up from. Maybe when they finished playing the Terminator beat.
Maybe first you can ask how long we have. Do we have like 24 hours? Maybe we can start from there.
Yeah, we have a day.
Where to take
we have a day to talk.
Okay. All right.
I don't know, maybe.
Let me start this. In April 2022,
Hey,
2023.
sorry, I beg you. This room inside. Facts mediator inspiration. So that's where I'm gonna get.
What
from.
does that even mean? I don't understand.
This man will give you facts. I'll mediate. She'll inspire you.
The terrorist is not here.
The terrorist is not around. It's real. You know, come today.
He's a terrorist, huh?
Yeah,
he's a terrorist. So 2023 last year, right?
Yeah.
April last year, he dropped a snippet of himself. What do you call it? This DJ from Black Avenue.
DJ.
No.
Producer. With a beard.
Breezy, and they had just released. I think that was the second snippet of the Terminator record, and I heard a song and I'm like, Now mind you, remember last year, the first quarter we didn't have like a song.
Yeah, we didn't have a
struggling
song.
for like.
We spoke in this room about how Charlie.
Like the year was.
We not getting hit song.
The year was
a year ago, no hit song.
I mean, Olive the Boys. Olive the Boys' Goodson was trying to peak at a time, but we didn't have like a major 2023 banger to start the year.
Yeah.
And mind you, we were caught up in the Nigeria-Ghana conversation because we thought, we weren't getting it right. We had several conversations about, what are we not doing right? Is the Ghana music is not good enough? Is it
Charlie, we spoke about everything.
We were talking a lot. And then boom. Terminator drops. And what we thought was going to be, he doesn't have any bad song. No. His career, he's been consistent with it since.
Hit after hit.
And when Terminator dropped, I don't think any of us thought it was. We knew it was going to be.
That's right. So that's what I want to put out.
But not as global.
But did you think that Friday 24th of May, you have arguably one of the biggest songs on the continent, even on the planet?
Obviously, like when you make the music, you pray and wish it really goes very far.
Right.
But as to how far it can get, you don't need it to life. But whenever I put anything out, I expect it to top what I've done already. The plan is always to improve, to get better, and to reach wider. You know what I mean? So I was looking forward to it doing the madness, but it has more. It just smash it to the level where I really hoped for. You know what I mean? Yeah, I really hope for the record where it's a Ghanaian smash that's competing on the highest standard globally.
What would you say you did right with Terminator that has gone as global, as it has, that you've not done with any of your other records?
I did my normal ritual. Like I just go to the studio, have fun, but this, I feel like the special thing about it is that people could they could feel it. You know, it felt like everyone's story. But I was really at that point where I was like, I can't be bothered right now. Like anything anybody wants to say, you can go ahead and say, because I've done my best.
What words
to do that?
What are the words before the Terminator word comes in?
I'm not disappointed.
No. It's just a vibe.
Yeah, it's no words. So, you know, when I did it, I was gonna actually put words, and I have one of my boys in the studio with me.
Leave it.
It's called Big Woo.
Sean Bills.
He said, "Oh, that guy's crazy." It's like, yo, I didn't have ball. I was like, yeah, I think it's sick. I'm thinking if I should put words or not. And he's like, oh, I didn't have bonsai. No. I said, no problem, I'll think about it. So I went home, came back, I fixed words in some places, but I left that one. And that was it. It was really just me having fun and freestyling that part. Yeah.
You know, let's talk about the unspoken rule. I mean, Kanye, I heard Kanye say in an interview, or no, not even Kanye, Bankuli, talk about when he was in a recording session with Kanye and how Kanye had random people in the studio.
Okay.
You know, listening to the record. When you speak to Richie from Lynx, he says when they do a song, they put a song together, they play it to the security man.
Yeah, I'm used to do the same with his house help. Yeah.
You know, so take us into the studio session of Terminator. I mean, obviously, you are an amazing writer. I mean, I think we've said this over and over again that you write songs and you have a way with words. You know, Sister is still one of my favorite songs from Promise. You know, but in recording Terminator, what was the session like? You know,
it was empty. I was by myself.
Okay.
First of all, I was home when Q Beats sent me the beat. He sent me 3, same drums but different progressions, and I picked that one. And I think I just went back to the studio and I started working on it. But there was no one there at the point. It was late at night. So me, I put my ideas, I just go out. So the next day I come finish. That's where there's Big Woo, there's Killer, there's everybody. So I'm like, Killer, listen to what you sent me. I do something for Top Killer Highlander. Let's hear it. And then they just hear it and everyone is going crazy. Like everyone's going mad. Like,
okay,
what the hell did you do?
So what brought about the idea of Terminator? Like, you know, because it's
I just thought about it.
Oh wow.
I literally just thought about it. Like, it wasn't planned. A lot of people were like, you have Commando. Yeah. You want Terminator. Yeah. Next time will be what? Spider-Man. I'm like, guys. That's not like, because when really and truly, like, I feel like Terminator embodies the whole concept of the song where, like, I'm here to smash it. You know, like, I'm killing everything. And that's how I come. And I deliver like a doctor, you know.
Come on.
Unless I'm not on it. You know what I mean?
In smashing it and then giving us a global hit.
Well, that's weird coming out from you. I can smash it. But you go ahead, I'm just saying.
But he said smashing it. Yeah, I'm only borrowing.
In smashing, yeah. I mean.
What's going on here, guys?
Thank you, because I'm confused. in giving us
so proud.
In giving us the global hits Terminator, you've given us 2 remixes, right? The one with Tiwa Savage and Sean Paul, and then you gave us another one with Young John, right? What was the need to do that? And then are we going to see more remixes as well
for Terminator?
Yeah. Or is it done?
And I don't have plans for that. But you know what they say, never say never. If like Beyonce hits me like, oh, I want to jump on this.
Yeah, you can't say
of course. You know what I mean? But for now, I think that chapter, we're just leaving it to evolve as it would. The original itself has done a madness. Like, it's just crazy, like several hundreds of millions. And I'm a big fan of Young John. You know, like I really felt like if I was gonna do a remix, because I wanted an African remix and a world remix at that point. But I didn't want to like do too much on the song. And when I hit up Young John, I was like, bro, I have this record. Did you jump on it? And then he said right away. So I sent it to him. When he finished, I thought it was enough. I didn't want to like overdo it. You know when you do a song and it's so big, sometimes you contemplate touching it. So that's what I did. But I felt like what he done was so perfect. So I was like, then I didn't have an official video yet. So I'm like, okay, we shoot an official video for this. We'll call it part 2. It's not even a remix. It's just like, first one's part 1, this is part 2. Yeah. I feel like the whole remix thing, it wasn't really set with me at the point, because I didn't feel it was a remix. Because I didn't change nothing from what I had done. I just added to it, so I thought it was another part. And then for the world one, you know, there were a few names, there were a few verses that came in, but then, you know, I went with Tiwa and Sean Paul, and, you know, that was also another. It's just, you know, just tapping into the crowds, because dancehall and Afrobeats have similarities.
Yeah.
I wanted a female on it as well, because, like, you know what I mean? Like, with the females, it's only right that, you know, we tap into that as well. And then just initial thought of doing an African remix had me put Young John on there. So yeah.
What is the decision making process like in the team? Because I mean, this is a team embedded with so much talent. The producer himself is talented.
That was what I was asking earlier.
I want to understand how would it work, because this is a clash of ideas.
We share ideas. Like, if anything comes to mind, the thing is we are very easygoing. Like, we blend so perfectly. It's so funny that, you know, we have this chemistry where it's very, we don't force it, you know? So I had the idea of Tiwa, and then I told Killer, like, bro, what do you think of Tiwa? Killer was like, yeah, of course. Why not? So I just messaged Tiwa, like, yo, I have this record, do you want to jump on it? You know? And then she's like, yes, let's do it. You know what I mean? For Sean Paul, it came from my other label, Sony, from the UK. So they were like, oh, Sean Paul is sending in a verse. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, sick, of course. And they said it's not just Sean Paul, there are other like artists, but I don't want to mention it because I didn't end up using it. But I had never even met Sean before, you know. But we spoke on the phone. When his verse came in, I thought it was crazy. And obviously I have a relationship with Young John, my guy as well. So yeah, man, like all these things, usually I don't like to overly plan things. I like things to be very organic. You understand? I feel like that's where the magic day.
Well, wait, I just wanted to, still on, because I feel like this song, with the magnitude of explosiveness, it's given not just you as an artist, but how it's positioned Ghana music, you know, in a very long time.
Like 1-0.
You know, bro,
like Ghana score 1.
Like it's like it feels like a deadlock had been broken, you know, and it's opened the door for more. You know, guys, like for a very long time we're looking for a definition of what the Ghanaian sound was like, you know, and it's none other than Q Beats, who has been that backbone of Ghanaian hits. I'm talking about the guy behind R2Bs. You get me? The guy behind many Ghanaian hits that today we look back and say these are legacy projects, right? So we see a new generation legacy project that is unfolding before us. And so for me, I'm very interested in that creation before we go into any other thing. So the question I'm asking you is, what were the first words that came to you about Terminator? Because there's a particular line, I'm at a point in time,
I'm on the point in
that line,
but that was the first line that came.
That was the first line that came to you.
That line brought everything else. Like after I had that line, usually you just need a phrase. You just need something like a topic.
Because you said you recorded it in the middle of the night, right? Yeah. Like late in the night. So
no, at that moment in time, I really had it up to here.
Like you were frustrated.
Yeah, I was like, listen,
with what exactly?
No, just a lot of things just happening, you know.
Career, personal life,
in general, you know what I mean. But also, I was just at a point where I really could not be bothered anymore. Like, I'm like, guys, as long as you have a clean heart, you're doing your job to the best of your ability. You're not stepping on anyone's toes. Your family is fine. Your team is okay. You shouldn't be bothered about anything. Your happiness should always come first. So I was like, I'm really at this point where if you do understand me or no, I'm okay. And it could be the realest thing I ever wrote.
I'm telling you,
so it wasn't just like one of those
similar to Black Hole's whoever hands in the air. Yeah. Such lines just like it speaks to a lot of people.
That's the thing.
A lot of people.
I think it's with how real it is, because people always get to that point in their life.
Normally go along with it fine, because I feel like everyone's been at that point in their life, and then it will always happen where you have these roadblocks from time to time, you know, where you feel like, you know what I mean? But with growth, you learn how to handle it. You know what I mean? And which is how I handle it. But as an artist, I put in my music.
Right.
Where whoever was worrying me or bothering me, I was ready to let go, do my music.
Yeah.
Know? Okay, please, I beg you, let me ask a question to reverse what you're saying. You know, sometimes maybe when we sit in such spaces as maybe honor personalities, we have to think over the things we say, because when we go and say right now, they'll cut that
100%.
part and come and use it to,
I don't care.
So did you think of the fact that maybe people could also feed off this initial intro to just be to do anything that I mean
I
to
couldn't
the other
be
side.
bothered. Like basically, I'm telling you, I can't be bothered. Why should I care what you do with it? You know what I mean? Like
it's not just a song
like
for you.
everyone has an opinion, and everyone will take things how they choose to take it. At the end of the day, what is really your story and what you're trying to share? It was really an innocent, sentence of me truly saying how I felt.
Yeah.
So it's really how you also deduce it, how you take it. For some people, it meant a lot for their lives because they were like, damn, bro, like you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And that's
exactly.
what I seek to do. Like my music, I believe has to be as real as possible. That when you listen to it, you might feel like, oh, like you might feel like I'm in your shoes. You understand? And that's the magic and the beauty of it, when it feel like we're all going through something together at the point in time where like I got you and you got me, you know what I mean? But it's real stuff, you know?
Okay.
Beyond how well the song did, do you also think that one way or the other the dance routine also added
Of course,
to
100%. 10,000%, of course.
I still know about the dance, but cool.
Bro, you need
Two
to
left
get-
legs,
you need
it's
to
fine.
get- You need to get with the program.
I
But
know,
of course, the dance definitely did a lot.
Yeah.
When I did a song, funny thing is I'm speaking about life and all of that, but I spoke about life in a fun way, where even though it's like I can't be bothered, it was like shit, I want to dance, like I want to move. So I was like, this has some vibe to it, because I was doing a certain dance in the studio. I was like, oh, sick. You know what? I call up dance, go to next. I'm like, yo, come to the house. I have something, and I think we can create something with this. Because apart from that, I think the very first time when I had Oh Yeah, I had dance go on the video as well. Like, I invited him and his team, put him on that one, and then it's just a beautiful trajectory, seeing what he's doing as well and how far he's going. And then I just felt like it was perfect timing to collaborate again on such a record. And when he came home, the rest is just history. Like, it just came together. I feel like that whole song coming together, it's just
I bet Gomi know that. How did they do the dance?
100%.
Gomi
Gomi self say he blow the dance. Say he blow the dance.
Let me draw us back just a little bit. I think when you were talking about the relatability that comes with your lyrics, I felt like you were given an Afrobeat masterclass on songwriting. Over the years, you've proven, that you have a knack for writing songs that people can relate.
Yeah.
Is that the trick?
No, it's a conscious effort. Like it's intentional. Like I believe, for me and my music, that at the end of the day, people should be able to find themselves in the music. Like when you listen to it, it should speak to you in a certain way where if you're actually going through it, even if you're not going through it, you feel like, I don't even have a heartbreak. This guy got me feeling like I have a heartbreak, you know?
Yeah.
So it's more of having soul attached to the music. And also, even if it's not soul, if you're speaking about money, growth, like whatever you're speaking about has to be relatable, because you're actually making the music for the people. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really like a conscious effort to make sure that like my fans and even non-believers get to feel like he made this one for us, and like we on this thing together.
I'm sure people are taking a leaf out of the Kim Promise Hits book, right? But are you looking at also doing a masterclass, where you're going to have a lot of young, hungry, upcoming, underground, groundbreaking, groundbreaking artists who
I think I still have a long way to go. I'm still learning on the job, but obviously I've been very blessed to have a team which is very experienced, behind me. So I learned a lot from them. But whenever I meet my colleagues, like the knowledge is really there to share. It's not just for me. Do you understand? Like he was saying, like these doors are opening not just for me. That's how I feel. Like on my new album, I have Last Made on it. I have Olive the Boy, and these are like the ones I believe are killing it right now. You know what I mean? But it's just me also imparting whatever I've learned to them as well whenever we're in the studio, and they can actually call me for whenever, like whatever they want. Just
Olive's wild.
I can call on R2Bs or something, or Joey B, like, bro, what do you think of this? They can do that with me as well. So about a master class, eventually, I really don't mind,
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, I like the fact that you mentioned Last Man and Olive the Boy, because I think they're like they're mini versions of you, in their own right, in their own right. Because obviously, when you were doing music, I'm sure you're looking up to certain people. Yeah. So I mean, obviously,
they show a lot of love and respect too. So I mean, I love it. I love what they're doing. I think they're superstars, and whatever way I can be impactful with what I've learned, and the journey, I'm 100% down. I'm not. I don't think I'm here to be like, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to. Like, okay, you say you've done this, you've done that, you've done this, but what did you do for the rest of the people?
I see.
That's me. Like, whatever we're doing, whatever doors we're opening, we are not opening them to close them. We're opening them so that everyone can walk
through.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I have two questions. So the first one would be the music influences. From As Promised to 5-Star, obviously we've seen the growth and stuff like that. I'm sure when you were starting this journey, you had some music influences that obviously aided your growth. But now that you are a 5-Star, who are you listening to?
Oh, now. Oof. I need to check my phone for that, bro. But I listen to a lot of, let's see. I like Cash Cobain. You know Cash Cobain?
No, I don't. No. I'm not going to act like
I haven't even heard the name.
You see that funny thing? Yeah, they listen rap.
I haven't heard the name.
And drill and stuff a lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You don't listen to like some soul music?
Like when I was growing up, that's all I listened to: R&B, soul, boy band music, dancehall, reggae. These are stuff my dad liked. So my father actually shaped my music brain.
Right.
Yeah, because he would play all the Daddy Lumbako, J&Chi, and that's how I really fell in love with them.
Yeah.
The people I can say I discovered on my own when I was growing up was R2Bs. Because then they were making music that made me want to make music. I was like, these guys are making the type of music I would love to make, because it's not just for my people back home, but their music can be exported to the rest of the world. And that's what I wanted to do, where I see myself in people who are doing something that I would love to do, where, yes, smash back home, but also global, So they were like the
benchmark.
Exactly. The blueprint as to how far I can take it, because they're from Tema, I'm from Lungwa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like what they're doing is just smashing it. I'm like, yo, yeah, this is it. So definitely RTBs, definitely Joey B. Definitely Soccer there, because it's just
about to ask about the Sock. Sock says that he doesn't play with you.
Like all these years is such a madness, so. What
is the magic like? I mean, when you and Sock meet up, there's always some,
it's big bro.
It's like
it's
like
big bro. It's really organic vibes. Like, it's really like. The funny thing is, when I met Sock, he put me on. Like, he introduced me to Killer. But we
from Boy P days, eh?
Yeah, and we didn't even have music together for like 4 years since we met. Yeah, and like immediately we started making music. Everything was a bang. Like everything is so. It's really not even rushed process. It's not a forced chemistry. It's really just vibes. I do that with my collabs a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to talk about your collabs because I've always wondered what it is like to engage King Promise in the collaboration. Because just like your godfather Mugiz, you seem to have a knack with hooks as well. When you are put on a record, like he said, I mean, Sak is just one of the many examples that you have aced hooks or choruses or features on. So I mean, we speak to the rappers and they say, oh, if I'm not in the mood, I can't really write a verse. If I'm not in the mood, but for singers, I mean, for someone who think it comes to you so easily. I mean,
I make music in every mood. I could be angry, I could be sad, I could be happy, excited, drunk. I believe in every mood you are in, it should spark something in you, or it also has like a version of you where you can express yourself in. So with me, and when both say stuff like that, I'm like, so you Jay-Z can right now we say one verse, you go tell and say today you don't feel like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Because this is really our job. Just like you guys wake up, you do your 9 to 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
We do a sleep till you wake up, keep going. So for me, I really believe every ways of life should inspire you as a creative. You know what I mean? There will be times where you don't really just want to do anything, which is fine.
Sorry guys, just for time's sake, I just want us to travel to the tours.
The Asia,
Okay.
So I mean, just still feeding off Terminator. The song's growth. What analytics, I beg your pardon, not analysis. Analytics were coming your way that engineered. Look, it's picking up on here and here and here. We have to be there.
You can really just see at the back end. Like you can just check your back end and you can see where everyone's listening.
Was it
your
surprising you that Asia, of all places?
Yeah, the spike was random.
Okay.
There was just a random spike one day, and then like the daily stream number just like quadrupled. It's like, oh wait, so then I get the message like, oh, there seems to be something going on in Indonesia. I'm like, oh, okay, sick. And then I realized they're just going crazy with it, going crazy with the dance as well, and just from kids to adults. And it wasn't just there, like in America, it was doing a madness, and especially across Africa as well. So if you realize, I've just toured across Africa as well, because before the plan was to do it after this album, but I was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and do these ones. When the album drop, we go again, because I just headlined festivals in Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Gambia. I'm about to do South Africa in like a week or two. I did 2 cities in Nigeria, Abuja, Lagos, all sold out. You know, like, it's just, when you check the back end, you can see where they are consuming your music, and it's only right that you pounce on it and you take it.
Now, on that subject, so when we saw the videos online of the concerts, I mean, 3 different locations sold out.
Where? Oh, in Asia.
In Asia.
Yeah. Singapore,
it wasn't
Bali, and Jakarta.
It wasn't like there were blacks or dark-skinned people that you would say that, okay, maybe the rhythm and all feeds them, but...
And there were even people singing to it.
Yeah, so, I mean...
No, music truly is spiritual. Like, guys, I was just telling the other guys the other time that we were here in Ghana where everyone's singing Despacito and you don't understand Spanish.
Yeah.
It's really spiritual. It's really something that you connect with, where language shouldn't always be a barrier. It could be a barrier because you don't understand, but it shouldn't always be a barrier. And also, I do have a lot of English in my music as well, so I guess it makes it easier for people. But it's really been like that. Like, even when I go on tour from Europe to Americas to everywhere where they don't even really people who are French and might not even speak anything, like I taught in like Suriname and stuff, like they still sing the song for what it is and with the language within which I sing it. It just goes to show the power of music, because I'm not the first person doing it, you know, like even in recent times, Ashake and all, they're singing in their local dialect. It's flying, and you know, me, I choose to mix our dialect with the global, you know, language and just take it to the rest of the world and export it, and it works for me, you know.
I mean, I think the Asia tour was a historic moment for all of us.
Yeah,
I mean, like, listen, I'm super proud as, you know, one of us as a Ghanaian to literally ship our music to that side of the world, because I was the first African to ever do it.
Yeah,
you know, like it's crazy when you look at it, where they have nothing in common. Even culture-wise, we're very different, but music can bring us together. So selling out like Singapore, Jakarta, like I'm about to go do Japan. I'm doing Australia. I'm doing like Korea.
Awesome. How do you feel about the Japan? Like,
I'm excited. Before Japan, I've had a song called Tokyo for a while. So it's like, even though it took long, there's strategy to it, but not necessarily overly calculated. It's just doing it in the air, you know.
Let me ask
Did
you
you meet any? We keep clashing questions.
No, no worries.
Did you meet any artists, any Asian, you know, musician that you worked on a song with?
So we are in contact.
Or that you will work on a song with?
Yeah, now we are in contact with a few, not even just artists, but DJs as well, because DJs are very big in that
space, right?
Yeah, like with electronic music, they might just have to just remix a song, you know, and that's it. Yeah,
I'm sure you're wondering if
great.
You're gonna have a song with a K-pop artist in the
I'd
future.
love to. I've actually had a few come my way.
Okay, so what I was going to ask is,
so that's which place is that?
This was
Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I just did Canada last week. Crazy.
Yeah.
Everything sold out. Like from
and you're
Toronto.
continuing your Canada tour as well,
I just finished it. Toronto.
Are you done?
Toronto, Vancouver, and Ottawa. I finished those 3. I go back in August because I'm doing. I'm doing. I think Montreal and Edmonton, and I'm headlining a festival in New York. Summer Stage is really big.
Summer Stage, yeah. Summer Stage, yeah.
So man, like I'm doing Afro Nation in Detroit as well. Bro,
this is what I was going to ask you. That for a very long time, the vision had been written, it'd been made plain. Your career, your trajectory, and what you wished for and what you were looking for. Do you think with everything that's happening, Post-Terminator release is meeting your expectations now? And does it bring an extra pressure on you now?
No, there's never pressure. I clear that one.
You don't freeze.
Yeah, like when you see me or you've ever seen me in the studio, there's never pressure to even make music. I make music like I'm having fun, because I feel like that's where the magic is. You
Right.
should never put pressure on yourself. I never go to the studio be like, Charlie, today I have to make hits. Nah, I just make music that I love. You know, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm blessed with this talent. I'm really like born for this. You know what I mean? So I do it to the best of my ability, and I leave the rest to God.
Right.
But Post-Terminator, it's just been a beautiful thing. Like, even on my releases after, from Perfect Combi to Paris, it's just smashing it, you know. And it's just beautiful, because the goal has always been global domination, like taking the music to the world. Because I have friends who've been doing it, mainly Nigerians, but like, I'm like, if they could do it, why can't
not?
we do it? It's been a long time they've slept on Ghana, bro. Like, with regards to our music being a strong force to compete globally, and I'm blessed and thankful that at least, you know, God, by His grace, using what I am doing right now to, you know, bridge that gap and also open the doors for a lot more people from here, you know.
Industry experts assert that it's time we consider you as part of the big three, if not be a part of the big three. I don't know who we are going to take out, but for me, I'm not even concerned about the big three. But I think with what we've witnessed and what we've seen, it's evident that for a very long time, and for the very first time, we're going to have a big artist that's not having an S in his name. So how do you feel about that, you know, Ghanaians waking up from their slumber, you know? Because I feel like, from where I sit as a pop culture journalist, Terminator kind of like woke people up to say, can promise yourself, Charlie, be big artists, you know, like
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, now people are going back to some of the hit songs you've dropped and stuff like that. But
which are all of the songs.
I'm late to the party, but I tell you that I couldn't even tell when Perfect Combi came in, and then the next thing I knew,
Perfect
Combi came in with Nana.
With Nana,
It was a double.
I'm late to the party. I admit that I always catch song late.
Yeah, like 10 years later.
I start listening Terminator, and then the song but that's just me. I take my time to make sure the song is right for me.
That's actually the demonstration of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, he drops the records, and we just treat it as, it's one of them records.
Another thing I've noticed, Olele, is that his songs grow on you.
It does.
Like, you can listen when it's released, but it will take time for you to soak it in, and then you start listening.
But
and
actually,
then it grows on you. I think that's what happens with Kim
Let me
Promise
your mind on this. Again, I'm late to the party. Do you know when I really started feeling the Paris?
The Paris, the last part.
I did take Dukes on radio commercial, you know, before you know. So copyright. And then I'm listening to the progression of the music, because for me as a voice artist, and that's when I feel the music. Then there's a part of the music, and I'm like, wait, it piques the interest of the listener, of the viewer. So I'm like, whoa, wait a second,
Kill beats, man.
Wait a second, this is sick, you know. So that's how I get to like my music, and I was like, wait, this is another hit. This is another big hit.
Bro, I'm sorry for you.
It'd be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That, I mean, I have followed this journey for a very long time, but you could clearly see that there has been an awakening.
Yeah.
You know? And for me, I want to find out from you. I know you see the
Do you
reactions.
feel we've slept on you?
How do you feel now? Because, I mean, looking at how far you've come and believing yourself that, look, you were a hit maker, you were a hit machine, you've done records.
Countless times that I feel certain awards should have been sitting on his lap, you know, and we feel that.
How do you feel about everything now?
Yeah.
Welcome to the party. Everybody, welcome to the party. For those who are sleeping,
thanks
it's
you
good
for
you are
waking
awake. But listen, I'll always do this the way I've done it, which is give it my all.
Yeah.
Is the journey has always kept moving regardless anything, because like I said, I believe I was born for this, and I'll always give it the best of my ability.
Yeah.
And I feel like with growth, things do happen, you know?
Yeah.
Like this instance of people saying everyone's waking up now is also, you know, true, because there's obviously the spike and people are seeing the truth. You know what I mean? But you saying it's about time where I'm top three, I'm top three here, I mean, there'll be times where your legends will become your rivals, and there's no disrespect to them that what you're doing is top, or like it's moving the way, but it goes to show that, you know, it's just times and people just having a rude awakening that we don't need to play with this. This is truly ours, and it's explosive if we back it. Like if all of us are behind this, because it's doing something beautiful for our country and our culture, and he's really, really proud to even just do this for everybody, and with all of us rooting for it because it's ours, there's no limit to it. It'll be just untouchable, and that's what's happening right now, you know. And we see a lot of people do it, but it's just nice that, you know, at this moment in time, people are just people are excited, and they see the beauty and the truth in what we're doing, and even how far it can go if we all just support. You know,
with that,
Olele. We should talk about the new songs as well, but let's go.
We'll get into that. Is on the back of what you're saying, this is the first time you've gone on tour, right?
Yeah, I've done a few world tours.
You've done tours, I mean, from 5 Star to As Promised Days, you've done tours and stuff like that. What have you noticed with the recent ones you've been on compared to the earlier ones? In terms of crowd
all is growth.
Numbers, everything.
All is growth. Having huge records as well, because I've had like several huge records along the years, but maybe when I done Selfish and Sugarcane, or maybe let's say CCTV and Commando, there wasn't TikTok, you know. But now there's TikTok as well. Yeah. So then it takes the thing to another level, a wider audience, and you know, when it smashes, it really smashes. So then we are touching all the like markets and all the audiences, but the plan is always to expand.
Go global.
You understand? So it's just the beauty of the job and the nature of how the global Afrobeat scene is looking right now,
right?
Where the whole world is latching onto what we're doing, they're catching up and they're loving it. So it's up to us to own our own, to support our own, to push it, and I'm here to represent.
Straight.
I'm taking 200 CDs for every time King Promise says smashes. He said it 3 times already.
But
anyway, that's just by the way. In relation to the media support, you know, people now waking up conversation, right? Do you also think that, you know, because we say that day for who, day for you, right? There have been conversations where probably people are saying that King Promise doesn't avail himself, you know, as much for people to talk to him or for interviews and stuff like that. Would you also attribute that to the reason why maybe some way, somehow, you know, the support wasn't there as much? Also because that conversation has been there and coming from the media point of view as well. Because you've also mentioned it before, if I remember correctly, in a delay interview.
Yeah, no, I did hear something before, and it was funny because people are like, you know, they don't see me about, but I can't label.
Yeah.
If I don't know you, I don't know you.
Yeah, like,
you understand that, Olele?
Oh, come on, boy.
I'm cool. Like, if you meet me, I'm really like chill. Like, it's really not. I feel like people they have a certain perception of me where they think maybe you can't get close, or I'm actually the idiot in the crew. You know? If you do find me. Yeah. But if for anything, I always like do my media runs. I always meet people. I'm here and there. You catch me in the club here and there. Yeah. If you wanna, you know, link up, there's always a way. Like, there's always a way. So I don't understand that notion of me not being accessible. But at the end of the day, also, I choose really not to be just accessible as well.
Yeah, it's very important.
I just like to be in my corner.
It's very important.
I just make my music and I make it speak for me.
Is there a reason?
Sometimes I know they talk, or sometimes if you talk, no good.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not like, you know, crazy. I'm very well reserved.
The last time he spoke, and he said in his first line, see what it has brought him a lot of money.
I just keep to myself. I just really make my music. I do have a lot of fun. I do move about, but it's just in a certain light with certain crew kind of people. It'll be just everywhere, you know.
Would you refer to yourself as shielded or protected, you know, by your team? By your team and everybody.
They leave me to do what I want.
Okay.
It's more like me myself. What do I want to do?
Right.
Sometimes Killer said, "Yo, yourself, they come out too much." Yeah, you call my phone like, "Yo, for cool down."
Just
I said, "All right, Papa, it's cool. I got
Please come to the music time.
Music time.
Yeah.
2 things. Your fashion sense is one of the things that also gets you in the conversations, especially with your addiction to big boots.
I was just about to ask
I have a small one on today.
Yeah, reduce the size of the shoes.
These ones I really like them. I got gifted these by.
Cute.
Yeah, I got gifted these by New York legend Dapper Dan.
Oh wow!
They are really cute.
Harlem,
Snap that for me.
Okay.
Talk to us about, you know, your fashion sense, especially with your, you know, affection. I'm sure it's an affection to.
I just like fly stuff, bro.
Right.
We can't curse on this station, can we?
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
I nearly
it
did,
comes
so I
out,
was
if
like,
it comes out naturally, then cool.
No, I
But
nearly did.
If
and I
you
was like,
intentionally
no.
do it, then
No, my bro, like fashion has always been a part of me. Like where they like look good. Anybody who knows me knows my parents have been in clothing business from when I was born.
Oh,
wow.
That's how they even met.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So is the snap King Greg?
Yeah, King_Greggy.
Okay, I want to be sure that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mommy
But
and
my
daddy
parents
met
have
over-
always like been in that, and they always dressed us up from when we were kids. And I've always liked to look fly. I always said, like, let's say like 4 years ago, I always said, Akasika keke. Like when the money
the money makes a difference.
So it's just me just liking to look good. I appreciate fashion, just the whole world of fashion, because I feel like that's art as well, you know, just like music is. And there's a connection with it. Like we're doing Paris Fashion Week this year. We're doing this, we're doing that.
Wow.
Like these are things that I like. I love
Hard.
that, you know, it was just a matter of time for it to be there. But it's also right to have a Ghanaian in these rooms, just, you know,
Yeah,
literally,
show off.
like I'm in New York and I'm getting calls from like, you know, Purple,
Come
from
on.
Nike, from this, from that, and I'm like, yeah, cool. You
Who
understand?
Bojuma?
I mean, what is it?
Who Bojuma?
Oh no, we're working.
Yeah.
And it's not just for me, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because really and truly, like I was the first artist to get signed by a major in Ghana. But now there's better artists because they've seen that if I could do it, there's so many more
big
from
they
where
know
I
what
came
they're
from. So stuff like this, I take pride in it. You know?
Loving
Okay.
fashion as much as
Okay,
you have,
Sophie, we have
or
2
loving
minutes,
fashion as
please.
much as you do. Hold on.
The music.
Let's
Olele,
check
put your
the
breaks.
Let's
Loving
check the
fashion as
policies.
much as you do. Are you looking forward to maybe putting out your own fashion
Yeah,
line
100%.
later?
I've got my new album coming.
Yeah.
It's called True to
True to
Self.
Self.
Yes,
Yeah.
which
I
I
just-
need us to discuss now.
I just announced it. Okay, I'm about to announce it. I announced it, but I didn't put a date out. But now my pre-order is out, so I have to announce it. It comes out in 2 weeks.
Okay.
June 14th.
June
Actually, 3
14th.
weeks. No?
So is this an exclusive?
Yeah,
One.
14th
Okay.
June.
3
True
weeks.
to Self.
Yeah.
New single from the album just dropped today.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, a
called
couple of hours
Favorite
ago.
Story,
Favorite Story.
featuring Sakade and Olive the Boy.
We are gonna get into the music, but I didn't ask him this question. I'm sorry, but
Go ahead, man.
I hate to be the guy. I'm sorry, Jay. Last year, you suffered one of the most devastating setbacks regarding your concerts, and we spoke to Medical about, you know, creatives and how they deal with their mental bombardments and whatnot. Maybe it's the first time you're going to speak on it, but what was going through your mind at that time, and how did you muster courage to even come on stage to talk to your people? Because that was
Yeah.
huge.
Heartbreaking.
That was very
Yeah, no, it was heartbreaking. I felt it at a point. It really got to me. Usually, I'm like, regardless, like,
yeah.
we go Harlem Shake through the pressure, you know.
Yeah.
But then it was really, really tough. But I always said, like, and I always say, even if it's 2 people at the show, I'll perform, you know. So, yeah, glory be to God. It did happen. Everyone's like, how do you do it? Like,
Yeah.
how were you like so down? And then be like, when I see stage, then I charge. I don't know. If you give me mic, if I see my fans, I just decrease. You know, I just wanna do it. Like, I just wanna really make them happy.
Yeah.
So that is enough fuel for me. But also, I put in the music. Like Terminators, when I say I was frustrated and I was like, but it's one of the reasons. Like that song, that event was one of the things where
broke you.
there were people who said so many things. I'm like, bro, do you really think I would jeopardize my relationship with my fans intentionally
For
let something
PR.
like this happen over my dead body, bro? Like I love this thing too much, and I give it too much respect and time of my life, everything of my life to even listen. This is that was the first one we actually put everything into. Days ahead, like we had this, like everything we planned it so ahead of time. But you see, you can really do everything you can do, but the universe is the universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Things will be happening where you have no idea because it was the most random hiccup ever. But God is the greatest, bro. Because by God's grace, lights came back on, and it was still packed.
Yeah.
It was still
Yeah.
packed.
It was-
The
it
people
was
were
packed.
waiting.
People
Yes.
love you.
And the funny thing is, it's my biggest promised land till date.
Oh.
It's my biggest one. When it almost looked like doomsday, God just turned it around, made it like the most beautiful moments. Just to let me know that I got you and your fans really love you.
You need to give us a gospel album, bro.
I need to hear
A
what.
gospel album.
Just to lastly land on the album, you know, tomorrow I can tell the euphoria on campus
They are waiting for you.
I deal with them.
Promise, like we promise.
Terminator.
We promise.
Last year I did a few schools. This year I think I'm doing like 3, and that's one of them. So I'm excited for it.
It's crazy, and I mean. What's the name of the artist who pulled the girl on stage and then did it? Omale, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Said there are a lot of beautiful people there, and then please don't.
You're begging him.
I can't promise, but I'll try.
I've witnessed
don't bring your girlfriend to that concert, okay?
Do not bring your girlfriend.
What do you mean don't bring your girlfriend to that concert?
Because it's at a point in time in his life.
Have you ever been to a Kim Promise concert, bro?
I haven't. I'm always late to the party, so I am looking at.
Usually girls. There's only girls.
And that's why I'm asking him why he's asking them not to bring his girlfriend. Their girlfriends.
The last one, there was a very cute lady who Kim Promise, I think he gave the mic to sing or something.
Yeah.
And it went on social media and the thing went viral. They were looking for the girlfriend's boyfriend. Because like you don't take your girlfriend to a Kim Promise concert.
Yeah, but I know they collect people there, girls.
He just they're doing job.
Anyway, please, how many songs on the album?
12.
Oof, wow.
Yeah,
12. So the only songs out right now are Terminator, Perfect Combi, and Paris.
And they're all hits.
Yes.
Why you won't go for?
So you understand? You can tell what we have coming. And now I have Favorite Story with Sarkodie and Olive the Boy. As well.
Is there a reason Nana is missing of that you didn't mention?
Yeah, it wasn't really part of like the theme I was going for the album.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like a theme thing.
Okay. So what's the theme then?
Yes. Talking about the theme.
True to Self.
True to Self, yes.
Where Nana kind of like clashed with another song that had the same spots.
Okay.
Like it did the same thing for me.
Okay.
Like whatever I wanted to say or whatever I wanted to project, the other song done it and it was new. So I'm like, I just replaced it. But True to Self is just me being as vulnerable as possible.
Going
back to basics. No, not vulnerable in a negative way.
No, I said we are about to cry.
No.
Not to get emotional.
No, Terminator is me being vulnerable. You didn't cry?
Okay, that was my first. I mean, the hit songs that we hear these days.
That's gangster vulnerability.
Like Chabala, Chawala, or whatever.
Just
Chalabam. What's Chawala? Please.
Even Premier Gau is a heartbreak song.
Yeah.
So I mean,
no, it's not even that. It's just me really digging to the core of me and just saying, I'm going back to who I truly am, what I truly represent as an artist, and sharing my true stories and whatever influences my life in my music. Because, like I said, people being able to relate to what you're saying is the core of what I do. Like, I really like girls really perfect combi. It's not a lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Terminator is really true. You know what I mean? And there are other songs that might not be even about my life, but they're true as well.
Creative,
but it's really just the truest music I ever made. Very, very fun. Like I feel like this is going to be such a groundbreaker for Ghanaian music in general. Just putting us on a certain level, and I'm just happy to do my best and contribute my quota to the industry. And
Jay, please, I beg you.
Jay, please.
Jay, say please, I beg you.
Jay, please.
There is a lot of work waiting to finish up at our production. Yes, there's a lot of work
I just
waiting.
wanted to find out how different this album would be from As Promised, because you see, As Promised is not too far off the theme.
So if you see my trailer that I dropped,
yes, I
was in my As Promised outfit.
Exactly.
And it's like I burnt the old me.
Exactly.
It's a reinvention of As Promised. It's truly like me going back to basics, like I said.
You see why I had to ask this question?
Thank you.
I have a last question. Jane, this will be the last question for me. Okay.
He's been talking from 8 o'clock.
Sorry. Sorry, I apologize. For favorite story, right? The beginning reminds me of Kwabna.
It is a sample.
Aso. So it's okay.
It is a sample.
I was going to ask what was the need. Exactly.
I always wanted to sample
when I heard
song.
Hold on. When I heard the beginning of the song, the first thing that came to mind was Oyon Kwamenu Boko Siata. That's what was the need, to do that sample.
It's just music.
Just music.
And decisions where I wanted to sample a Ghanaian classic, but it had to be the right time. And I was in the studio with Guilty in London. That's how we started the song. And then I was like, bro, let's sample this. And it just came to me, and we done it. I get on the flight, because the night I did the song, I was on the flight back to Ghana the next day.
Okay.
I get on the flight, the first person I see is Kwabna.
Hey.
Madness.
Spiritual.
The universe,
and I was like, what the
what are the odds?
I just made a song sampling your song.
So you heard it?
said, what you? I said, hold on. I just put my bag in the top, and I just put him the headphone in his ears. He listened. He was going crazy. He's just excited for it to come out. I go back to Ghana. I played for Killer. I'm like, Killer, I love this song. I feel like you need to give it some magic. And then Killer's like, say no more. And Killer done his thing. And when Killer sent it back to me, I was like, I need something. So I sent it to Sak without telling anyone. And then when I sent it to Sak, this is one of the very first songs I sent to Sak. And his reply back was a voice note of him rapping his verse. Like, it came back real like, it came back, I could play for it. It came back real quick. And then I was like, what the, I'm like,
let's do this.
You know, I'm like, how's this coming together so nice?
Yeah.
And then just before it will come out, because my album was delivered, and that wasn't part of my album. It was delivered, about to come out. I told him, hold on, this is going to go on the album. I'm going to take something out. And just before that, I was like, there's one thing missing. And then I was listening to Olive the Boy a lot. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Then I sent him a DM on Instagram, like, yo, I have something for you. And great if you can jump on it, but you have to do it today, else. He's like, okay, yeah, sure. Wow, you. And literally, we had a show the same night. So when I went there, he had finished performing. So when I finished, jump in my car, straight to the studio. He did it that same night. We bounced ideas, and sent it to the label. I'm like, it's done. Goes on the album.
And they got the whole Ghana thinking they were getting married.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The marriage that never was.
I could be married though.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
No, we don't believe
Promise,
that.
thank you so very much. And you know the thank you goes beyond this show. Thank you so very much. I'm always late to the party, so pardon me. I would have a conversation with you and then I'll ask you about the songs again, because I'm at a point in my life. I'm not there and I'm not come to here.
Before you come to Perfect Combi.
And I'll tell you why. Even though people might see this as funny, like JD chair. Listen, there was something that something that I was told some time back when I was working in media, South Africa. They said that, look, some of us, we break music, and that's what you're doing. But the real people who enjoy the music, people who really find value in the music, right, are waiting. So you people laugh me. You did like jump to other songs so quickly. Don't worry.
It's better late than never.
I'm still jamming. I'm still jamming to Thriller.
10 years later, he wants to jab us.
And on that note, promise, thank you so very much. Campus is awaiting the big moment when you jump on stage tomorrow. It's crazy. You feel that it's crazy. I heard last night was so packed. I don't know. It was so packed. Yeah. I can believe tomorrow will be even worse than it is.
We'll smash them.
We're looking forward to seeing you there as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you so
that
very
makes
much.
800 CDs.
And watch out. The brand new album is out now. June 14th.
But the new single is out today.
The new single is out now, so you can go grab it and soak it and let the streams speak for itself. Thank you so much. And we're back in next week, Monday, with the highlights of what happens tomorrow. We out.
Have a good week.
Culture Daily was brought to you by Malta Guinness.